What is up, YouTube? This is DFishFan, and I'm bringing you a deck profile on my updated level lock deck. Now, I know if you guys have been watching my channel for a bit, then you've probably seen the deck profile of this deck before. It's one of my projects that I started a couple formats ago, and it failed a couple formats ago, but I still think it has potential. And this build is actually working very, very well. So I decided I would bring you guys an updated deck profile that let you guys see some new cards that I've decided to play in here. And yeah, let's get on with it. Okay, so I'll go through the deck list and then I'll go through like why they're in here. So Amaryllis times 2, double Christia, double Fossil Dyna, triple Lad, triple Fiend, and double Ruler. For the spells, Dark Hole, Foolish, double Lance, triple Duality, double Soul Exchange, triple Star Blast, triple Trade-In, 3 Upstarts, and for the traps, Compulse, triple Bribe, double Safe Zone, and double Vanity's Emptiness. Now for the extra inside deck, don't pay really attention to this because it's pretty much just whatever you want to run. Like this deck is very, very much focused on the main deck, getting out your big beaters, because your main deck is a side deck for the most part, because it shuts down all special summoning. So yeah, and since you do shut down special summoning, you know you can't exceed with Ruler, you can't exceed or synchro with Fiend or Fossil Dyna. You can with Lad and Chris. No, you can't even do it with Christia. So either player, yeah. So I mean, really, the extra deck is not very important at all. The side deck is important, but I still need to work out what I'm gonna side. This is still from like last couple, like 2 formats ago. This was the cards that were left over. So sorry about that. I should have done a side for you, but nonetheless, let's go on to the choices. Okay, so 2 Amaryllis. These cards I found recently when I was just building a random plant deck that I also do want to show you guys in the future. And as long as this card's in the graveyard, I can banish it and normal summon 1 monster for 1 less tribute. So if it's Christia, she requires only 1 tribute to bring out. If it's Lad, 1 tribute. If it's Fiend, I get to normal summon right away, which is amazing with this card. So that's why I run the Foolish. Your only targets are Amaryllis. Like if you're unfortunate enough to draw 2 Amaryllises and without the Foolish, then it's pretty much dead. But I mean, there's nothing you can do about that. You could always just send a monster and thin out your deck. Christia, 2 Christia. She's like the biggest beater of the special summon negation. So that's kind of her biggest purpose in here, is like if there's a monster that can't really climb, then Christia comes into play. Maybe Lance in addition to it if they're like super high beaters. But usually, oh, my phone. Usually Christia is able to get over almost anything. So 2 Fossil Dynas. This is just because you do run into the problem every now and then of like, you know, let's say you draw like 1 Ruler, 2 Fiends, and a Lad. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do without your ways to get them out? So Fossil Dyna is in here because it is a level 4. It does the same thing and stops special summons, although a lot weaker. But yeah, and you know, it can make huge plays if you set it sometimes. So yeah. Triple Lad. Lad's just amazing. Like, if it negates anything, it makes your opponent minus just to get over this fucking card. So any card that does that is amazing. Especially when he's so easy to get out, like in this deck. And then Vanity's Fiend is like the MVP of this deck because he is level 6. So, you know, Star Blast only costs 1,000 life points instead of 2,000 to bring him out. And Soul Exchange, only 1 monster. You know, it just goes on. So, Amaryllis, just 1 Amaryllis. So that's pretty amazing. 2 Vanity's Ruler, he's literally just in here because he's level 8. If he wasn't level 8, then I wouldn't be running trade-ins probably, and he wouldn't be in here because he's pretty shitty with the 25 beater level 8. But nonetheless, you know, he still has the amazing effect that neither player. Oh well, actually, this one is. Well, this card's on the field. You can't. Your opponent can't special summon, so it's only them. You can still special summon, although I don't really know what you'd want to special summon in this deck because Fiend, Ruler, and Lad cannot be special summoned. So yeah. Alright, let's see what are the choices. Duality to 3 tremendously helps this deck. In case you haven't realized, you never special summon in this deck, so Duality is always live. And even when you're bringing out these boss monsters, they're all normal summons. So you can Duality into your Star Blast and then normal summon Fiend, you know, stuff like that. Soul Exchange is pretty good because, let's say, it took you a while to set up this game, and your opponent already has their boss monster on the field, you can soul exchange their monster and then bring out yours, and that's like a huge shift of advantage right there just with this single card. So that's the reason why it stayed in here. Like, space was very tough to find with this last build, and Soul Exchange was able to make it through just for that sole reason that, you know, it can turn your opponent to having full advantage with their boss monster on the field to you having full advantage with your boss monster on the field just in one turn. Triple Star Blast, triple trade-in. The draw power is now very, very good with this deck. Even though Duality is not technically a draw card, I pretty much consider it because you go 3 turns ahead and choose a card. So you got the triple Dualities, triple trade-ins, and triple upstarts. Upstarts, the life points don't really matter if you're in such control with this deck. So yeah, here, have the extra 1,000, let's say 2,000 life points with 2 upstarts. But you're still not going to be special summoning because I'm upstarting into my monsters that shut you down, and I'm upstarting into my protection of the bribes and the safe zones and the emptinesses to even further protect my monsters. So one Compulse, I just think the reason why I chose Compulse over like Torrential, Mirror Forest, and all those Bottomless and all those staple traps, even Warning, is because it's the most versatile. You know, like let's say I normal summon Vanity's Fiend and he gets Trap Hold, Bottomless Trap Hold, or something. I could always, if I don't have an answer, you know, I could always compulse it back and try it again next turn, or something like that. You know, it's just the most versatile. It can also shut down like monsters that they got out that are bigger than yours or something. I don't know. There's just Compulse is amazing. So triple Bribe. Now Bribe is kind of the same effect of Upstart with life points. Like with this deck, usually Bribe is not that great because, or at least in my opinion, because you negate their spell or trap, and then they're allowed to draw a card, so they have a higher chance of drawing into their answer or another answer to get around it. So that's always not the greatest, or okay, that's sometimes not the greatest, but with this deck, you know, if you have a Vanity's Fiend on the field and they just use Dark Hole, which happens a lot, trust me, and you Dark Bribe, what else are they gonna do? They can't special, so usually the monster effects that pop are pretty much off the field. Besides Bear, Bear is the only one that I can immediately think of that's meta. Like, how are they going to get over that? They have to find another way. And when you have multiple bribes set, it's pretty much good game because of that. So, speaking of annoying fucking cards, I added 2 safe zones. Yeah, Vanity's Christia, Vanity's Fiend, Vanity's Ruler, all with safe zone. Even Fossil Dyna, like a level 4 that you can just put in defense, have safe zone on it. And unless they, God damn it, unless they have the MST, they're not special summoning the rest of the game. So that's pretty good. Alright, Vanity's Emptiness. This card is even more versatile in this deck for the reason that it says neither player can special summon, of course. Your whole deck is based on normal summons, so you don't have to worry about that. The only problem with this is that a lot of times you have to search out your plays. So in most scenarios, it is only a 1-turn Vanity's Emptiness, because next turn you're going to have to Duality into your monsters or to your summoning conditions like Star Blast and Soul Exchange and shit like that. So for the most part, it is a one-time use, but it's still absolutely amazing. You know, even if it's able to stay there, then you have double. Like, you know, they have 2 things that they have to worry about. So pretty good, and definitely one of my favorite decks that I've seen. It's been testing absolutely amazing against meta, which is pretty obvious. But the worrisome thing about these kind of decks is how it fares against the matchups that you don't expect. So that's what I'm going to have to be testing in the upcoming days, and I will keep you guys informed. I'm sorry I haven't been posting videos as regularly as I wanted to. Right now, I'm pretty excited for the League of Legends World Championship, so a lot of my time is going to watching that, or it's going to be going into watching that, and yeah, can't wait. Too bad Curse isn't in it this year, but it's all good. 2014 season 4, I'm down. Alright guys, so thanks you guys for watching. Remember to like the video, comment, subscribe, and all that good shit, and I will see you later.